We are here to do your channel messages and what I see for your star sign in each month. Now, if you do like this content, remember to click the bell. And also we do have a brand new edition, which is the Romance Zone. So stay tuned for that. I will be bringing those channel messages with the tarot live by mid-month. So if you do wish this content ahead of the game, you can join a YouTube membership where I pre-release these a week ahead. Take care, and let's have a look at what I see for your zodiac sign this month. Leo, welcome back. We're here to do your star sign. Yes, we do have 2 editions a month, so make sure to come through and check your mid-month tarot romance house. And yes, I will be on screen. Very separately, we do have weekly content that does drop here at YouTube, and your romance read will be very interesting. I'll touch base with you back, so make sure to come through and join us. Now, without further ado, let's have a look at your star sign and what I psychically see coming through for you. Okay, now very big month. I think all of us are well and truly grateful to get out of all the retrogrades that we went through. And I think a lot of us spiritually were quite fatigued, and really moving through into February is going to be sort of a recovery zone, as well as an opportunity to really start getting our ducks in a row and see some physical forward momentum. We could, for the first week of February, still have a little bit of settled energy, still some changes that can come through quite radically, but I do particularly feel you're quite focused this month for the first pocket, really on tuning into how you can make your relationship sector better, how you can really get your body back on track, and also your love life and your finances. And I think that's going to be quite a focus for you. The song that I heard for you guys was Rita Ora, The Old Me Is Dead and Gone. And I do think you could really be going through an emotional change this month that is quite changeable. But a skip in your step can nevertheless return. And I do see you to be quite focused. There can be some things that you need a bit more added support on as we do move into March, but stay tuned for that update and come through if you wish to join a YouTube membership for that added support. Now, what I see coming through for you at a psychic level, I definitely feel your wellness is going to start showing some signs of repair. And I definitely feel you're going to be really getting into a very firm routine, especially if you feel that structure and routine was really going by the wayside. You can have a lot that is on your plate, and you may find between now and next month, you're really trying to tie up those loose ends. I really feel that pressure point was there for you. From a spiritual point of view, I was seeing there was a lot of pressure on you. Now, I do particularly feel these changes may feel like a calm before the storm. And that's more so for your zodiac sign, because we are going to have, like I mentioned, a lot of shifts coming where we do move into March. Now, through an ascension process and psychically, you can tend to pick up on energy prior to it playing out. So I did want to pre-warn you this month, just in case you do feel the rumbles, where they are going to really be hitting your love life, your finances, your body. And, this doesn't have to be a bad thing, though. It can be almost like a necessity for those areas to change, and it can be quite exciting. I do feel particularly those of you in the area of love that are single, again, I do feel blessed from the past coming back, and there is an opportunity for you to do things in a different way. And this is going to be a huge theme starting to really play out. I would say coming up this month into next month, most definitely, but you're going to see the key themes of it. I do feel some of you can be getting headaches where it does come to revelations that you're having both in your friendship zones, your love life, how you feel towards yourself. And, what you actually feel is your role inside of these connections versus, maybe what an expectation is. But I do see lots of changes. And I do feel you're going to have lots of options. I don't feel you're going to be left on the back burner. I do feel there is an opportunity here for love to really move to that next level, especially by mid-month. Look, I would say there can be some wounds that do potentially crop up, and there could be something to do with traveling also that can come up. I do feel there could be somebody that you could meet at a gym, You could be connected to a person that is from a foreign culture. They also may be looking at marriage. So there is opportunities to really look at marriage as well. Be very cautious by mid-month of arguments, especially with romantic interests. Those of you that are coupled, I especially think there's going to be very, very bold changes. And, you know, strong relationships will always stand the test of time, no matter what. We can, you know, sort of hit the proverbial wall and go through these changes, but nevertheless, they generally do continue on. There will, however, be many transformations happening within the connection. And I do feel you're going to come through very assertive with your beliefs. You also could have feelings to do with, you know, how you see a relationship, how, you know, what your values are inside the relationship. Be quite firm by mid-month. We do need to be cautious of arguments because there is that added potential. There also can be, you know, really having a holiday or a mini break with, you know, your romantic interests that you can actually have that wind down time and bring that chemistry and spark back. I also feel you could be quite attracted to different style cuisines and a real spicy food by mid-month, which I should have added in your health sign, but we will talk about that nevertheless. Now, as to your image, I do see image changes. This can be anything down to, you know, throwing your clothing out, really feeling that you're not vibing with it, wanting to get on that health kick. I do still feel for a lot of us, if we are investing in that, you may want to still be careful and make sure that you're, how would I say it? And health is going to be a huge thing, but it's more to do with the holistic aspect of things, you know, exercising, getting fit, wanting to get back into some sense of routine. So what I do see is really stretching, making sure, you know, you're well and truly warmed up for your exercising, being aware of your surroundings because you can be a little bit accident prone. Arguments also can flare up surrounding siblings, so be super cautious with that. But there can also be a change to do with that circumstance, which can be quite healing and beneficial. So overall, I do see your image changing, but again, slow and steady wins the race. If you are getting stressed, this is one of those months that we have to ask those big questions. Is this a manageable situation, or is this something that I feel I need to address? And I really wouldn't leave it on the back burner if it's something that's been bugging you for a long time. It could be anything down to coaching. It could be counseling. Again, I'm not a medical practitioner. This is merely psychically what I'm saying. If that's so, you know, this would be a good time to really have that self-investment and gradually chip away at it so that you can get your life back on track to where you want such. Now, your career. Yes, some of you can be getting pay rises. Some of you can be transitioning into different areas and lines of work. I would say if you're really unhappy, this would be the time to actually start networking and, you know, really to look at, you know, what your higher purpose is. Is it based on money? Is it based on your value system? Some of you could be upskilling this year, and that again could come up by mid-month. I also do feel there is a potential of travel for employment. Nevertheless, if you're in a real horrible environment, I really think it's time to deal because these things will continue to come up. You know, further into the year. So it's something that you really want to address and know so that you're getting that forward momentum and growth in that domain. But I do directly see you're really going to be able to go to the distance and to try and have confidence in yourself and anything psychologically, spiritually, in a blockage sense that you feel you need to let go of. It's really going to come up to help you progress to that next level. Those of you surrounding business, this can also be a time of networking. And I do see this to be quite positive for you. You can be having really large revelations, and word of mouth also can really help in this instant. I do feel potential upgrades in your website. For those of you that don't have one, I do feel it's absolutely critical, especially moving through over the next 20 years. Psychically and astrologically, it's something that you really want to get on top of ASAP. Now, I do feel you're going to have to be quite in a routine. And what's been shown to me is there's some old paperwork that needs addressing. There could be something to do with, you know, your filing system, getting into a new automated routine, especially if you're launching something big. I would say, yeah, February, March could be a good time to do such. Getting your ducks in a row so you can have that pavement, you know, that metaphorical runway for launch, I think will really quite enhance your projects and your business element of things. Some of you could be looking at networking, loans, sustainability, how you can actually maybe get money inside of your business through other areas. There also could be subjects to do with loans. What would another thing that I'm being shown? Yeah, it's almost like trying to find ways and investors. That's what was being shown to me. Now, wellness, anything this year, point blank zero, that you think is really funky, go get it checked. Especially looking after your heart chakra this year. We do have Venus transiting Leo that will move into retrograde mid-year. So really looking after your wellness, making sure that you are eating healthy, doing the things that are best for you. A lot of subjects to do with people quitting habits will come up this year. I do particularly feel you can be really doing quite well this month. So, as long as you are doing what's right for you, your stars shine brightly on you. And I do think you can really quite glow, and you can have a lot more energy as we proceed through the month. Where it does come to your health, the other thing I would say is you can be quite adventurous. Would this be the time to do such? Yes, but probably not. Be cautious. Be optimistically cautious. Let me put it that way. Don't do anything where you feel you haven't checked that everything's quality assured. Would I go skydiving right now? Probably not. Just based on what I'm being shown psychically, but there could be some adventure that does come towards you. And I do feel some of you, especially where it does come to, getting into spiritual practice, taking some time out, journaling, creating a new world that this becomes part of your way of being. It's really going to benefit you. And I do feel that time out is going to make you enjoy the direct connections around you. I will check in for your romance spree mid-month. Come through and take a look, and we'll look at what's coming up for you romantically.